Hey guys, this is Dude Dreamer. So yes, today I'm going to be doing a movie review. Pretty a quick movie review because I'm not going to be doing any spoilers because I really want you guys to watch it for yourself. And it's a movie called Lady Driver, and believe it or not, it was directed by Truly Indie Studios' own Sean Piccinino. Yes, that's right. Sean Piccinino directed a movie that got premiered on Netflix, a big, huge platform, streaming platform. And I know some people would think that, oh, what's so special about that? It is freaking special. It's like another channel or something like that when you do it on national television. I mean, the whole world is going to be able to watch this. Now, if it was direct to TV, like direct to DVD, then yeah, there's going to be less chance that a lot of people are going to watch it and stuff. But for those who have Netflix, they have it on their fingertips. And after watching this movie, it really didn't disappoint me at all. It didn't whatsoever. I was so happy I had a chance to watch it, and I was really happy for Sean Piccinino that he got one of his projects on a big stage like Netflix, like on a big, huge multimedia platform like that. So I was so happy for him. I've seen his works before. Of course, you've seen me do reaction to his stuff and always telling people, "Oh, check this out." But I've seen movies and projects where he himself directed. One of them being The Lackey, which was one of the first movies I ever watched starring him. But I've seen him the first time I ever saw him as an actor, stuntman, and whatnot was, of course, Bat in the Sun's Superpower Beatdown when he played Kick-Ass in Kick-Ass versus Casey Jones. Please go check that out. But this movie, The Lackey, was the first I've seen him do not just acting, not just stunt work, because I've seen that already, but him as a director, and he did an awesome job on that one. So I had no doubts that this movie, Lady Driver, I had no doubts that he was going to do an awesome job. He did an awesome job in directing this movie. And he has another movie on Netflix too called Roped, which I will be watching that too and do a review like this. So I was just so happy for him that he got to this point. You know, we've seen him from the beginning. Well, not to the very beginning, but I've seen him like on the early years before he got to where he is now. It just puts a smile on my face of how much hard work he put into to get to this point. And like I was saying, one of the reactions I did on his latest episode of Heroes with Issues, we haven't seen a new episode in a while because he was busy working at Warner Brothers Studios, and this is one of the things that he made. Helped made. I wouldn't say made, but helped make to get everyone to see this. So looking forward to talking about this movie, Lady Driver. I'm not going to be doing a lot of spoilers because I really want you guys to go watch it for yourself if you have Netflix. So please, you get a chance, go watch it. But anyway, pretty much the movie is about a girl who pretty much is looking for pretty much herself because she's, you know, her mother is always concerned about her in terms of like what she wants to do with her life. Like she wants to have this perfect life because they live in a very middle class area, and you can tell from the beginning that she was more of a rebel. That she feels like, you know, something's missing in her life, and when she tries to get to that, the very thing that she's close to getting, she feels that her mother continues to try to block her from doing it. And there's a reason why in the movie. You'll find out why she kind of like hesitates in having Ella, I believe her name is Ella, pursuing what she always wants to do. But then she always wants to know about her father who passed away due to an accident and stuff. But pretty much it's, you know, the whole movie is about, you know, cars, you know, like race driving, and not just race driving, but even dirt race driving, where you ride your cars on the dirt. So those, I feel, in my opinion, is one of the most dangerous races because that dirt gets slippery and you really need to know a lot of technique and skill in order to race on dirt. And for those people who think that, oh, race car driving is no big deal because you're just driving and stuff and going in a circle, there's a lot more to it. And I really felt that this movie illustrate that type of world about, you know, the race car driving and how much of an important it is to certain people, and the technique they have to use in order to drive through and get the lead and go on top and stuff. So I felt that in that aspect it did a very good job, and I felt that every character that was in there, including Ella, Tim, and also the mother, her mother, were flushed out great. You know, we got to know why the mother was so concerned, why the mother was so overprotective, why Ella wants to be what she wanted to be, you know. And also we learned about Tim, her uncle, learn about his past, learn about the father, who passed away was actually played by Casper Van, I hope I'm saying his last name right, Dean. And you've seen he's one of well-known actors out there. So I think he was in like Starship Troopers and whatnot. So it was actually good to see him on there too as the father. But again, her father passed away. And believe it or not, I believe Ella, who is Grace Van Dien, I think she's the daughter of Casper. So it's kind of, you know, cool that, you know, the mother, I mean not mother, daughter and father played a daughter and father in the movie. So it was kind of cool to see that. But there were some parts in that really irked me. There was a part where there was like a bully who did something to Ella that I was like, dude, if you know, you're lucky that she's safe, kind of thing, because he did something so dangerous that her and I'll say this part, her and the driving instructor would have been killed. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? And, you know, and it was like no big deal to him, you know what I mean? And speaking of the driver instructor, Sean Piccinino actually did a cameo in the movie, so I thought that was cool. He did a cameo as the driver instructor, and he did an awesome job with that too. So I thought, like, when the movie I saw, I was like, hey, Shawnee! And not only him did a cameo, but his wife and his children also did a cameo. You might see it later on in the movie if you watch it. So it was actually good to see Jodie, Piccinino, and their children in the movie, you know, joining in on this fun ride with Sean Piccinino doing this big, huge movie for Netflix that was just so great. So it was actually good to see those cameos. I think there might be other cameos, but I might have to watch it to see if there was other cameos from other people, other actors I've known in that circle of people that Sean knows. So, but as far as the story goes, I thought the pacing was great. I was glad that it wasn't like a cliche type sports drama where like you have a rival who's always, you know, being nasty and stuff like that, because there was a rivalry, and sadly it wasn't the bully from the beginning, but it was someone else that, you know, there was a past between him and Tim and the father, you know. Well, that boy's father had a past with Tim, and you know, he's a pretty much like a second generation driver, and you see him and Ella kind of have sort of a rivalry, but it wasn't as like, say, venomous or toxic. It was more like a banter between the two. You know, they were kind of like, like kind of like playful banter with each other, but you can tell they're kind of in a like a sort of like a competitional rivalry between each other. And it kind of reminded me of, like, you know, Maverick and Iceman in Top Gun. Like, you see there's a rivalry between the two, but it's not so toxic. It's just like, you know, I would say kind of healthy. It was kind of a healthy rivalry where neither one of them were sabotaging each other and stuff. And it was actually good to see that. You know, it kind of felt good to see something like that, and not always the classic, the veteran see a newcomer come in and just, you know, feeling threatened and want to sabotage them. So it was kind of good to see that, you know. And, you know, also there were some moments where you hope, you know, that she doesn't lose what she wants and stuff like that with Ella, because there were moments where it's like, uh-oh, she's gonna lose it. But then you notice that, you know, some people start to come around and say, you know, I'm gonna support you on this. I'm sorry for holding you back and whatnot. So you get to see that in this movie as well. And as for the mentor, which is Tim, I thought the actor, I think his name is Sean Patrick, he did an awesome job playing him. It made me feel for the character. And like I said, the character itself was flushed out perfectly, and let me get to know these characters, their past and everything. So, and again, like this was a feel good movie. It was still a sports drama, but it wasn't the cliche of, oh, there's one rivalry, they're gonna try to sabotage each other and stuff. It was healthy competition between those two. That one kid, well, that one guy who was 19 years old, and Ella. So it was good to see something like that, for a change. I know there's plenty of movies that probably have done that, but most movies you always see the veteran try to sabotage the newcomer when they feel threatened. And there were moments where, like, he did feel threatened, but he still wanted to go in there and compete, still doing the playful banter with each other. So I thought that was actually great. But overall, the cinematography was great. I felt like I was in the car when they were driving on the dirt and whatnot. So, and like I said, like, I felt that they illustrated the world of that type of atmosphere in terms of dirt racing, and knowing about, you know, how important it is to these people, and also, you know, like, their techniques and their ways, and there's more to it than just driving in a circle and stuff. So I'm kind of glad they pointed that out, so that way when people out there who actually says that, oh, that type of thing is not sports, it is sports, dude. You need healthy instincts, good training, and whatnot. And speaking of that, I like how they take things slow with Ella when she starts racing. Like, they take things slow. They didn't make her, you know, win all the time. You know what I mean? They take things very, very slow. I'm not going to say what happens at the end. Like I said, I want you guys to watch it for yourself. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie, and I hope you guys watch it. And I'll be looking forward to seeing Sean Piccinino's other film that he directed that's on Netflix right now, called Roped, and it looks like a kind of like a ranch type movie kind of thing, you know, with horses and, you know, roping, you know, steers or something like that. So, but anyway, guys, after you watch it, I like to get your guys' thoughts on it. You know, I like to know what you guys think about the movie. Hopefully you guys are into race car driving, because it is good to see race car driving. Although I've never seen a real race car driving competition in person, but hopefully I will one day. I do have a place called Seekonk Speedway near where I live, so, you know, I'll go check it out one day. Hopefully when this pandemic is over. But anyway, guys, like I said, you go on Netflix, check out Lady Driver. You won't regret it. This is an awesome movie. And please, when you ever get the chance, go check out Sean Piccinino's channel, Truly Indie Studios. Check out his work, like 6 Feet Down Under. Also, Heroes with Issues. And let's hope he do more stuff, because I'm really hoping that he'll do more movies and get featured on Netflix. And maybe one day, and I know it's going to be one day, we get to see some of his work on the big screen in cinemas. Even though he has some of his work go on the big screen, but it was like more private showing. But for the whole world to see. Alright? So once again, to the cast and crew, awesome job with Lady Driver. And Sean Piccinino, once again, I'm so proud of you that you get to this point. Keep on going up, keep on going forward, keep on going high. Elevator's going up for you, and it's continuing to go up. And as always, man, take care, stay safe with you and your family during this trying time. That goes for the whole cast and crew. And as always, continue to dream big. Take care.